If you didn't know, back in the day, Discord used to have a little game store where you could buy games directly off of Discord and have them in your own little library. Now, I was browsing through the cesspool r/Discord app subreddit, and I realized that some people are reminiscing about this feature, and this made me think, why did Discord's game library fail? So to start off, we need to understand the game library. So on August 9th, 2018, Discord released the store beta, and it was only for 50,000 Canadian players. Now, the way they introduced all these new games in the game store was that they actually gave you free games if you bought Discord Nitro. Now, of course, Discord loves making new features, but this had some controversy behind it like every other feature. Basically, during that time, Discord evolved, and it evolved from $5 a month to $10 a month, and the whole reason why was because Discord had this new games library. So whenever you get the $10 a month Discord Nitro, you can get a whole bunch of free games to play while you're subscribed. Bangers like Super Meat Boy and Psychonauts, which is my favorite game of all time. Bet you don't even care. However, the nice thing is that Discord actually did something good. They basically said that if you bought Discord Nitro before Wednesday, October 10th, you would get 1 year at no extra cost all those games. And if you're one of those lucky gamers that bought a year's subscription, then you would get 2 extra years for free. Basically, everyone was excited. Free games everywhere. And finally, to give the store page and the game library the best chance possible, Discord did release the early supporter badge to just make people super excited about this new change. So anyways, I just want to point out that I'll have a link in the description of VentureBeat's video where they just go through the store, so that'll be in the description. But after 2 months, Discord finally releases this to everyone, so now everyone has this game store and a reason to buy the $10 Nitro. And there was nothing really new. It was basically the same old store. You had a little directory page where you can see all the fancy new games. You have different store pages where it shows you like videos, photos, what friends have played it before, what friends played it recently, and you could also buy the game. But with this announcement came first on Discord games. So that means they're exclusive to Discord for usually 90 days. That's what they say. But it's a platform exclusive, which all of us hate at this point, but Discord thought it was a great way to introduce the platform. And the final part about this whole entire game store and library thing is that it actually was pretty useful because it had a universal library. So any game that you bought off Steam, Epic Games would actually show up here. So as you can see in the screenshot, there's Dota 2 that's on Steam, and you can play it directly from Discord. It was actually really convenient. And the happiness didn't stop there, because it seemed like Discord was releasing new games left, right, and center. These are the Nitro games. So these are the games that you get for free if you buy Discord Nitro. They've released Amnesia, so of course a PewDiePie game. Thank goodness it's not PUBG though, or else, whew. They had a couple other games like Crawl, Super House of Dead Ninjas, Monster Slayers, basically just indie games that people got to mess around with. And it didn't stop there. It kept on continuing with more and more games. I'm speed scrolling through them. And finally, the cream of the crop, they released 4 Adult Swim games. And thankfully, there's no Rick and Morty, so we don't have to deal with any Twitter drama, which happened recently. Now, admittedly, all these games, I have no idea what they are. Zenetic. I don't know what game that is. But thankfully, Discord did actually release games that people know, like BioShock and BioShock 2. In fact, I played BioShock Infinite yesterday, and the first DLC sucks. Now, these are some pretty banging games, let me tell you, but Discord didn't stop there. They went even further to make this store page as good as possible. They actually released a completely free game, and this is free for everyone on Discord, and it's called King of the Hat. Now, it did have this accompanying tournaments with it, where you compete with other hype squads. It's kind of boring, but wait, there's more. In fact, someone actually made a list of all known free games in the Discord store. There's probably some missing, but you have fan favorites like Avoid. I've actually never heard of that before. But you do have games like Paladins, SCP Secret Laboratory, and Warframe, which are the ones I've heard of. The rest, not too sure. No one in the right mind would turn down free video games, and things were looking really good for the gamers on Discord. And things were actually looking really good for the developers as well, because Discord's platform actually had some tangible value. First off, just Discord in general is about building a community, and Discord basically said that developers should be on our platform, because when they have early access games, they can communicate with their community and get support from the community to make a better game, and at the end of the day, make more money. Now, building a community wasn't the only benefit for developers. In fact, Discord had this massive SDK, and I'm going to gloss over the details but basically you could have like different custom Discord statuses. You can make it so that if you're friends with someone on Discord, you're friends with them in the game. You can have different discounts, coupon codes, in-app purchases. You can have achievements. You can have multiplayer lobbies, so you don't have to worry about networking. In fact, you can have it where you can store game data on Discord server in the cloud, and you can use Discord's chat to have voice chat in your game. It was just a really useful feature for people that didn't want to build all that stuff. But there's another reason why developers like the Discord store, and it's because the revenue split was actually really good. In fact, Discord only made you pay 10%. They said it doesn't cost 30% to distribute games in 2018. And why would they say that? Well, because Steam, their revenue split is 30%, and if you make over just a measly $10 million, then it's a 25% split. And if you make over $50 million, nothing too big at all, then you get 20% revenue split. Now, things are looking fantastic, but here's the thing. There's a shark in the water that's just waiting to snatch Discord at any second, and it's the mega giant that we know now as Epic Games. In fact, Epic Games, their revenue split is only 12%, which is really close to Discord's 10% and is significantly better than Steam's 30 to 20%. And as we know now, Epic Games is a massive giant, so they definitely won that battle. But let's talk about how Discord's store slowly declined. Now, the first signs of the store page declining was that there weren't a lot of free games that were coming out anymore. And in fact, later on, Discord released this post saying empowering developers with community and commerce. And this is kind of a double-sided story, because what really ended up happening is Discord stopped focusing on the store and instead put the responsibility onto the developers in their own Discord server. So they had a couple of new tools, and that tool was basically allowing you to list your game on your Discord server. As you see, Minion Masters, it's a verified game. It has a little store page and you can add it to your library. Now, I personally think that this new store channel, or whatever the heck they called it in the past, was a really bad idea, because it feels like it's just Discord kind of offloading the responsibility onto the developers. And you could also argue that it split Discord's kind of focus. Instead of focusing just on a store page, they also have to focus on this store channel thing that's going on. I don't know, but this was kind of the first signs of Discord not really wanting to cater to the gaming community and more focusing on expanding into the general audience that it kind of acquires today. That sounded like a lot of fancy words, but just keep in mind, my brain is completely fried. But furthermore, what Discord did is they had new verification systems, so you could be the official server of whatever game you have. In fact, you would be on the server discovery page, so you could advertise your game or at least be shown in a list. And as time continued, Discord finally hit the final nail in the coffin. After careful consideration, we're removing games from Nitro on October 15th, 2019. To those who supported these games, thank you so much. Now we're doubling down on Nitro, more fun features and enhancements to come. Now this tweet also came with an article, and in this article it answers the question, why did Discord's game library fail? And according to Discord, the truth is the vast majority of Nitro subscribers didn't play these games. Now keep in mind, this is just a really simplified answer. The real answer is that first off, Xbox Game Pass was popping off. There were way more options, way more free games coming out for the price of Game Pass. And also Discord stopped releasing a lot of good Nitro games. It was starting to stagnate. There weren't a lot of new releases, and what's the point of having a subscription for games when you're not getting new games in the first place? There's nothing to look forward to. Now, accompanying this press release, they actually did release this Discord notice of termination, this really official letter, and they emailed it to developers. And when I open up the link, as you can tell, very professional looking. When you get something like this from Discord, that's when you realize maybe you went a little too far in the group chat when you started threatening harmful violence on one of your friends. Maybe Discord picked up on that and now thinks you're a domestic terrorist. And at the end of this very official document from Discord, they have this article that basically says that after December 1st, we will no longer offer the ability to purchase a license to sell PC games on Discord, and after March 10th, 2022, the store functionality will be completely gone. And there's also these frequently asked questions, and the main one I want to look at are, what about the users who already own my game? And users that have already purchased a game or an in-app purchase or a DLC can continue to access them after March 10th, 2022, which is good. Now, the game library and the game store is not officially dead. In fact, there's a little bit of necrophilia going on because people are trying to revive it. First off, if you go to discord.com/library, you can actually see your library. And if you have any games, if you've been on Discord for that long, then you'll see them right here, which is good. And the final thing, which I'm going to have in the end card for your convenience. Oh, I'm getting really good at this YouTube stuff, but people have been using it to make these very funny gift links. So it's a little nerd. Oh goodness, my own voice is awful. But it's a gift link, and when you open it up, it takes you to a store page that does nothing because the functionality doesn't work. But they will invite you to your Discord server for self-promotion. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Bye-bye. I love you.